Punch!
Hello everyone, it is your favorite kind of punch, Mr.Falconpunch 996, the underrated king, the recommendation master, and of course YouTube's #1 Doro Hitoro fanboy, back to bring you guys another new video. Now that What the Fucktober is over, as well as all that YouTube copyright BS gone, I could finally get back to my normal schedule, as well as finally finish off my Dragon Ball Z movie marathon with Resurrection F.
Now, the plot here is once again really fucking simple, which is sort of a shame since after how promising Battle of Gods was, and the fact that the new Dragon Ball Z movies are now longer than the 30 to 40 minutes of the original movies, I was kind of expecting something a lot more unique here. You can pretty much tell what the story is all about this time around by just looking at the poster. Frieza's back and it's up to the Z Fighters, or really, who am I kidding, just Goku and Vegeta, to once again take him down. The plot here is obviously banking on fan nostalgia, and initially I did have a problem with this, since it does seem like a step backwards reviving an older villain when Battle of Gods opens so many possibilities for future villains in Dragon Ball Z movie storylines. However, at the same time, you just gotta admit, seeing Frieza back and menacing as ever is pretty freaking sweet. But really, who better of a villain to bring back from the dead than Frieza, the most iconic villain of all anime and manga, and way more deserving than a certain other movie villain. No, I'll just never get over it. Fuck Broly. Wait, where was I again? Oh yeah, Resurrection F, or as many see this movie, Resurrection Fanservice, because my goodness, this movie is just full of fanservice, and no, not that kind of fan service, but fan service in the sense of giving longtime fans things they really want to see. Not only do we get another epic matchup between Goku and Frieza, we also get to see some of the other Z Fighters get some spotlight for once. While it still does all boil down to Goku and Vegeta in the end of the day, the movie does give a good amount of attention to some of the other characters like Tien, Master Roshi, Piccolo, and my boy Gohan, fuck the haters! And Krillin, who actually gets some respect this time around. Finally. After years of being shitted on, especially in the movies, Krillin finally gets the respect he deserves. And hell, he even shaves his head for the occasion. First, we see him at his new job as a policeman, which I really wouldn't mind seeing a spin-off for. We also get to see him kick a lot of ass, but of course the true cherry on top is this scene.
Well, see you, babe.
He's so cool.
Oh yeah! We also have a new character join the mix, being Jacko, a space policeman who originally had his own series done by Akira Toriyama, which if I recall had some connections with Dragon Ball Z. So it's pretty cool seeing him here as well, and also kick some ass. Speaking of action, I really loved how this movie was able to balance the hyper energy blast the series has become known for, and still stick to its martial art roots. The comedy here was also spot on, with many scenes making me burst out in laughter, and I did appreciate seeing more of Goku's and Vegeta's rivalry within the movie, as well as have the movie point out their faults, which they'll need to fix in order to become stronger, which in my opinion was definitely a nice touch. However, with all this good comes an equal amount of bad. As for the amount of people that call this movie Resurrection fan service, there's also a good amount that just called it Resurrection fuck! Now obviously with Frieza's return, the main problem was facing the massive power gap between him and his Saiyan rivals, as they've grown tremendously since their original fight on Namek. So how does the movie get around this issue? Well, they have Frieza train. Yeah, as it's revealed that up till that point, Frieza never trained his body once, which I find pure bullshit. I can buy the fact that he had his raw strength and abilities from birth, but back in the original fight, he was practically able to hold his own in hand-to-hand combat against Goku, who mind you was basically considered one of the Earth's greatest martial artists, which is something that would definitely require at least some sort of training. Anyways, Frieza trains and unlocks a brand new form which is simply called Golden Frieza, which I'm really disappointed isn't a golden version of Cooler's final form, because that would have been really fucking badass and at least look a lot more special than just having a gold-plated Frieza. Sorta looks like an anime equivalent of an Oscar. Of course, if the villain has a new form, so does the heroes, as this time around Goku and Vegeta have unlocked the power of the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. And really, that is the original name for it, though I guess now everyone just refers to it as Super Saiyan Blue. While the hair does remind me of a blue raspberry Slurpee, there is a lot of things that irked me about this form. I mean, Do you remember when these forms and transformations actually felt special? Because that's what these new forms are severely lacking, as they are basically just palette swaps for the characters at this point. Hell, freaking Super Saiyan 3 looks more godlike than the actual god transformations themselves. And since this form was basically unlocked by super intense training with Whis, it really makes the original god form seem pretty useless in the long run, which I know is what new transformations usually do, but now there's literally no reason for the original god form to even exist, especially with its bullshit combined power of other righteous Saiyan crap. Then again, this new form does have a weakness with lasers. Okay, sorry, I couldn't resist. While the fight with Frieza was really fun to watch, especially since I saw this movie for the first time in the theater, which just enhanced the entire experience. However, despite that, I couldn't help but feel underwhelmed by the whole thing. The fight, in my opinion, never got close to reaching the levels of intensity of the original fight between Goku and Frieza, and for some reason, I actually wound up feeling pretty bad for Frieza in some parts of the fight, as it sort of seems like Goku and Vegeta are just toying with him in certain parts. As when Frieza reaches his maximum power, Goku and Vegeta actually decide to casually take turns with each other. Hell, the two even start to belittle him after a while, which was sort of a downgrade of the experience. Back in my Battle of Gods review, I did mention the CG used in the action scenes did get slightly in the way. However, here, sadly, the CG didn't improve. In fact, it brought a lot more problems, especially during the fight where the other Z fighters were fighting Frieza's new henchmen. And I don't know why, I always find it really weird how the CG henchmen fly around, since to me it just feels like they're floating through molasses. There's just something not right about their movement. And while it may seem like a nitpick, I was really disappointed with the placement of the F song done by Maximum the Hormone. A really badass song that was perfect for this movie. I mean, it's kinda like in the title. However, this song was only used for a small scene when Frieza was being resurrected, which is a massive waste of such a badass song, which could have easily been played in the intro or during the actual big fight. But with all that said and done, what do I think about Resurrection F? Is it just a fan service movie, or is it just a whole bunch of fuck? And really, I'm quite split on how I feel about this movie. There are a lot of issues, however it did showcase a lot of what I love about Dragon Ball Z with its over-the-top action and comedy, as well as giving things fans such as myself really wanted to see, like certain characters getting some spotlight, Krillin going bald once again, because let's face it, hair's not really doing it for him, as well as Krillin getting some motherfucking respect. However, compared to Battle of Gods, I just can't shake off the feeling that this movie was a step back in making a more original Dragon Ball Z movie, which makes me want to say Resurrection F is fine. Plenty to love, but plenty to dislike. And with that, I have reviewed all the Dragon Ball Z movies, alright! I'll probably do reviews for the specials and the original Dragon Ball movies sometime in the future. However, for now, I'd like to get your guys' input, as I want you guys, my viewers and subscribers, to decide what the next movie marathon should be for. The choices are One Piece, Pokemon, Studio Ghibli, Lupin the Third, and I highly doubt anyone's going to vote for it anyways, but I'm going to throw it in Crayon Shin-chan. I'll leave a link to an online poll down below, so be sure to click on it and cast your vote, or get Falcon punched in the face. Again, be sure to vote, as I'll leave the poll open for a couple weeks and then close it off, and whichever one has the most votes will be the next movie marathon. And as always, I am MrFalconpunch 996. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page, and of course if you haven't done any of that yet, you will be Falcon Punch in the face, so you better do it. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.